You think you know me.
You had to give my real name out, dude?
Did I have to give your real name out? No, I didn't, because I totally muted myself. You guys just got trolled. Anyway, welcome to a new episode of Super Desperation Radio. I am Hell Pockets, joined by Manchester, Lord Walkman, Alex SA2, and Super Effects. That's right, I did have to say that twice. I totally unmuted my mic at the right time.
Good job,
You're the
LPZ.
best.
Good job.
That's what happens when you take a week off and you just, the rhythm is just gone. You got to get back into it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
But the rhythm is going to get you.
They almost did, too.
The rhythm of the night?
No.
What's wrong with the rhythm of the night?
I'm not too fond of the rhythm of the night, man. You know, there's too many questionable people walking around.
Oh, I see how it is.
Yeah.
See how it is.
Speaking of night walkers, man, my neighborhood just got infested with coyotes.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's pretty crappy.
Yeah, that's pretty crappy, man. There was like a puppy walking around like last night just on its own, and I was just like, fuck, dude.
The puppies are adorable.
Their overprotected mothers are not. And it's mating season.
All right.
Yeah. But anyway, enough with that. We're glad to be back. Well, we took a week off because, you know, I think we deserved it. We've been going hard for like, what, a year and a half right now. So, you know, a couple days off is good here and there. But we got a lot of stuff for you here today. We got news, we've got strats, we've got results, we've got announcements, we've got hype for tournaments, we've got... What else we got?
I think you just about said everything that we can have.
Oh. Damn, I was hoping to surprise him. Whatever. Let's get right into it, though, because we do have a lot to cover today. First up, of course, is the run back. And, well, you know, who was there? Which one of you guys was there? I saw a little bit of it.
I don't think any of us were there, actually.
Yeah, I didn't go this year or this week.
What am I paying you guys for? Jeez.
You're not. That's the problem. No, actually, we missed it this week for every various reasons. So I'm just going by brackets. I guess top 3 did get streamed, from what I know.
Yeah.
But I did not watch it.
I know winners finals was Reynolds versus Mr. KOF.
Oh, yes, that's true.
Mr. KOF knocking Reynolds into losers, and Reynolds coming back and sweeping it 4-0 in grand finals. I forgot who got third.
Shinkoto.
Shinkoto? Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, because I remember...
Shinkoto got third, and Ricky Diaz got fourth.
Yep.
I remember following the brackets, he got knocked into losers in the first round by Yuhang, right?
Yeah, Kane 317.
Okay. Oh, cap on with the save here, so you can see what happened here. A rare appearance of Kane Blue River actually winning a match against Yuhang. Oh no, not against Yuhang. Against
CMD Duck.
CMD Duck. Yeah, that's the big upset of the evening. Kane Blue River beating CMD Duck off stream. I mean, not that I'm sure we wanted to see that anyway.
Well, for what it's worth, Kane 317 avenged his boy and took out Kane Blue River.
So he beat him twice to put him out of the tournament. Man, that's like vendetta status.
No, he beat him in winners, and then Ziwa beat him in losers.
Oh, I thought... Okay, I'm looking at that now, yeah. Well, that's cool. It was one for one. I mean, CMD Duck, I mean, like, we assumed that he had, you know, not given a damn because he was going to, China the next day?
He's busy with stuff.
Yeah. But it turns out he was actually just playing a different team. From what I
according
recall.
to one DJ Mirror, he used a different team. I don't know what team that is, but he used a different team.
He said it was a very aggressive team as opposed to his not so aggressive team. I don't know. He always plays aggressive with me, so I don't know what the hell he's talking about. But anyway, so yeah, we got Mr. KOF in second, Shinkoto in third, and Arcade Shock Renault in first place. And he's pretty much been dominating the whole season. So,
Yeah, I think he's doing really well.
Yeah.
So, I think it was
doing
one
really
he got
well.
in second, and then I think he got first most of the times he's shown up.
No, that's good. You know
I think honestly the biggest things to talk about out of this run back is Shinkoto beating Ricky Diaz, because Ricardo has definitely been getting top 3. if not first or second.
That's also correct. Ricky Diaz.
And the return of Mr. KOF, who hasn't been playing the game, and
he's been
comes
actually
back
playing
and
really
immediately
well.
gets second. So
No, that is pretty cool.
that's interesting. You have to ask yourself, what does that say about? Does that say something about how good he is, or how stagnant everybody else is?
If I'm looking at it in the positive light, I would just assume he just has a lot of natural talent.
It could be. I think it's really hard for me to say. I didn't get to, like I said, I didn't get to watch it, so I can't really speak on it. But I think it is something that people need to be asking.
Well, I don't know if people are, they're neglecting practice or anything down there because, I don't really keep in touch with a lot of people in the scene outside of the arcade shop crew and you guys. But when I saw him play, it wasn't really anything like solid and amazing. He kind of had to, usually when he comes back to these things, he's got like a little bit of shine on him, but for the most part, it's kind of a lot of rust. So it's like he'll have moments of brilliance punctuated or littered with garbage and shit,
Yeah.
He was a little more solid last Thursday, though. He's looked a lot better than I've seen him play previous times he's come out of nowhere,
Yeah.
So it might be a little bit of both. It was surprising to see that Shin Kodo got put in losers by Yuhang, Nobody saw that coming.
Well, I think the two play each other a lot. Like, this is the thing. A lot of the guys down here play each other enough that they pick up on each other's habits.
So you think it was more of a matchup between people who had, just played the matchup over and over again and just knew what to expect versus those are always weird, when you beat somebody that you play all the time, it's almost like, you got me this time, I'll get you when we head home and run more casuals, by the simple probability of everything, you're bound to beat somebody you play every day, and then you go home and he beats you. So
yeah, that's always the case with smaller scenes, is that there'll always be players who are just really good at picking up on habits,
right,
and picking up on play styles. So it's really hard to tell without a lot of these guys going to national tournaments and seeing how they do, other than obviously people like Reynolds and Mr. KOF who have been tested in national and international play, like who really is the best in SoCal.
Yeah. Well, I guess right now it's romance, huh?
Yeah, it seems that way.
I heard he's running casuals again, but I still haven't seen him in any tournaments.
I think he's busy with work.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if he's going to final round. I haven't seen him or any of the Team AGE guys mention final round. So I'm not sure what's going on with that.
That sounds like something. That seemed like something they would be, chomping at the bit to get in on.
Yeah, I would think so, considering how big final round was last year in terms of KOF.
Yeah.
Second biggest tournament of the year in America. So.
Not even the Marvel team for AG is going?
I didn't see Fnatic or Knives mention it.
Dang.
Well, that's interesting.
I'm digging through their Twitters right now.
I'm sure Chris G is going.
I would imagine he is.
Yeah.
Most likely is.
Oh well, maybe he'll win the KOF tournament.
Well, I know Reynolds is going, so that'll be interesting.
Oh, so Reynolds is going. Okay.
Yeah, Reynolds going. I know Ken Sozang, Punko, and Nee from Cafe It are going.
Cool.
From what I gather, no one from Mexico, like actual Mexico, not SoCal, is going.
But there was all that nonsense about how who was coming through.
Oh, that cooler guy was supposed to be coming. From what I gather, Shin Blanca helped him get a visa by sending a letter to their embassy or whatever, however it's done. I already forgot how. And Kula got the visa, but he's not going to be making it to the final round.
Well, maybe he can come to NCR.
Oh, maybe he can. I don't know. I guess he has, from what a couple people in Mexico told me, they said he wants to take care of unfinished business. I don't know what that means. I'm guessing personal stuff, or maybe
Got to see a guy about a
gaming
horse.
vendettas.
Yep, got to see a man about a dog.
Okay, well, hopefully it works out for him. I know a lot of people would like to see him play in the American circuit, so let's hope for the best for that camp. Moving on, we actually had a lot of KOF tournaments this weekend. I think there was one in the UK. There was one here back in Houston, in Austin, right, at UFO.
Yeah.
There was one there was another one somewhere in Japan. Probably, and I feel like a freaking fraud for missing that one because that was the one I was actually waiting for. And I could have sworn there was one more KOF stream.
San Diego. Well, there wasn't a stream, but there was a tournament.
There was a tournament. Okay.
So let's just talk about the San Diego one first.
Okay.
It didn't get streamed, but two players from TJ came out, Kira and Kodak. Kira Yagami showed up to SCR this past year. I don't know how well he did. Hellpockets, you played him in the room, so you're familiar with his style.
Yeah, SCR and Salty Suite. Am I familiar with this?
That's what you're calling it now. I'm gonna smack the crap out of you. Well, we played him late, or you played him late Sunday night.
Yeah, I wasn't in the best state of mind to really gauge how good he was.
You never are.
No, I'm not.
Ever. But
why didn't you talk me out of it, man? That was $5.
Oh, why?
I told you sure you got this, and you're like, yeah, I got this.
No, you should know. Whenever I say that twice, it means I don't have it at all.
I know, I knew that, but I was like, whatever. Yeah, and then Kodak. Kodak's a 2K2 player, like just the majority of big name Mexican players. He's not really a big name, say, but I remember seeing. I don't know if it's the same guy that was on Kylera back in the day, but he was decent at 2K2. But what is it? The tournament was in San Diego. We had a few people from LA, Orange County area go down there. Reynolds, Kane 317, Ziwa, DJ Mayer, and Mild Wallace all went down. Reynolds took first, Kira Yagami took second, Kane 317 took third. I didn't see any of it. From what I'm told, Kane 317 should have won his match, but there was an execution error. Or he had an execution error or something like that. I'm not sure. I'd rather ask him and find out what happened instead of hearing it from other people. And Ziwa took fourth.
Ziwa taking fourth. Okay.
Yeah, no stream, no matches got recorded, nothing. So there's just this.
Was that just like was there anything else being streamed there, or was that just like a complete dark match?
Marvel was getting streamed, and I assume Street Fighter 4 because that had 44 entries.
Oh man, San Diego's like NorCal?
Probably.
Damn.
Just closer to Mexico.
Oh well, that's cool. I mean, it's unfortunate that we won't be able to see some of that footage unless somebody had a shaky cam or something.
Mm.
But good to see that there's some action happening down there.
And then we also had some international action with Red Fight District.
Oh yes.
That was an amazing tournament with 8 people showing up for KOF. Majority of the names are like kind of recognizable. What you had Cien Kenpachi from France, Will Tupac from France, Luffy from France, Kwangster from France. Cien ended up winning it in the end against Tupac, and someone named Bubble Land AB7 took third. I don't know who that guy is, to be honest with you.
Well, it's good to hear that Tupac has risen from his grave and decided to play KOF.
Get bodied by Sean.
Well, I didn't watch the stream. I didn't know what time it was on. I just wasn't paying attention to it, to be honest with you. I completely forgot this tournament was even going on. These are some of the bigger names in the French or just the European KOF scene, and I'm surprised they didn't do that well.
I'm not. I watched it, and in summary, it was like Tupac got shut up all over again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dude. Yeah, dude. Like he just was. He should have been wearing a vest or some shit.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I expected a lot or nothing because, whatever. But you know, it was what it was.
Are you saying you would take this dude's money?
Why would I take his money? He lives all the way over there. I don't even have any played this guy before. I think
Dude,
you would. I think
what's the
you would take
exchange
his
rate?
money.
I know I can take his money, but it's French money. I don't want it.
What are they
Hey
using?
man, it might be euros. You never know.
Yeah, it could be euros. You could double your money.
Let's wait.
And double your pleasure and your fun.
For all we know, if you challenge him to a money match, he might just surrender.
Wow.
All right. Okay. Now I'm
Really,
gonna
really,
chalk that up
we're
to being
making 30-year-old, 40-year-old French surrender jokes. Really.
Oh come on, they're our sister country. We can make fun of them.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, man, we are some
Everybody's our
asshole
sister
brothers.
Anyway, we also had a tournament held at Arcade UFO in Austin by our good buddy Ryan Fubar-Duck. They also had 8 people, but it's a local, not a major tournament, so 8 people's reasonable for a local, I guess you could say.
Yes.
I had the results here somewhere, thanks to Mr. FX here.
Nem got first, Vicio got second, and Fubar-Duck got third.
From what I could understand, I think a lot of people some of the people that were there didn't actually play KOF that much.
Mm-hmm.
The actual gameplay actually showed that there was either a lot of rust or there was just no knowledge of how the game worked. And I assume Ryan being there would at least, pass down some knowledge to these people by whooping their asses, right? But he ends up getting scraped. And I was watching it, and of course I was in the chat. And, for the record, yeah, I'll take his money. I've done it before. But
That's good to hear. Everybody gets one.
I'm about to get 2 in April, so just keep your mouth shut and be patient.
All right.
But other than that, it was a cool tournament. I mean, like you said, it was a local tournament. The venue is really nice. That was one thing I liked about it. Like seeing the camera of Arcade UFO is really cool. So I'm glad to see that that's back up and running. And Ryan Fubar-Duck assures me that he's going to start practicing again. Even though wasn't he practicing for Evo also? And whatever happened to that video?
What video?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Gibby, you remember when you took the video of me stomping Fubar-Duck?
I took a video of that?
Yeah. Remember I stood up and I called him a bitch?
What, you beat
The story keeps getting better and better.
Yeah.
I wasn't there
Dude,
when
don't you remember
Yes,
that?
you
He
were. You were
definitely beat
recording
him.
it. You were like, I simply called it bitch, and you were like, hold on a second. Now say it
Dude,
again.
Gibby, you don't remember this. When he got up after he beat Fubar, did 2 double backflips into his Ferrari Testarossa and
You
drove off
guys are
into the
fucking
sunset with his
douchebags.
cheerleader girlfriend.
Okay, yes. I remember that one.
And then he
Anyway.
woke up.
The point of this, the moral of the story is, he says he's going to be at NCR, and I'm hoping to, let him get a rematch. So,
Oh, so he is going to NCR.
he says he's hoping to go.
Okay, yeah, because he's been telling me that it's a toss-up right now. Because
Right.
he also wants to go to KVO, which is the same time as NCR.
Yeah.
I think it's probably just going to depend on what he's got the money for.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, so it'll be good to see him, and it was interesting. Hopefully, more people come out there and compete in Austin. I know that there are some players in the Texas scene. I don't know how far apart they are. I don't know.
Pretty far apart.
Pretty damn
Houston
far
and
apart.
Austin are like, I think, 5-6 hours
like-
away from each other.
Shit.
They're a
No,
good
it's
distance.
not that. It's 2 to 3, I believe,
Is it?
Still,
by car.
Okay.
Still a
Not
bit of
sure
a
what I'm
ways for
thinking.
a local.
Dallas
Oh,
to
yeah.
Houston might be that far, or Dallas
Yeah,
to
that's
might be that
that-
far.
That's probably what I was thinking of, the DFW area. That was the,
Dallas KOF sucks.
yeah,
man,
so
you just
we,
like making enemies, don't you?
It really does.
okay, so we also have we had a tournament from Japan, a major tournament from Japan. This one was capped at 32. Chris, if you can put the bracket up. This is
The
thanks to Gunsmith from Orochinagi and Professor from Mad Matt's Cafe. Gunsmith screen capped it, and Professor translated all the names for us Bakagaijin out here. So you can take a look at it. There are several familiar names here. I know that Hell Pockets is familiar with most of them, and
They're all my favorites.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. They're all his favorites. Coco ended up taking first, which has been, I guess, a trend out there. He's the majority of tournaments he's entering, he's taking first.
Oops.
So that's what are you doing?
I'm just putting it up, but I'm realizing there's other stuff on these scenes. Keep talking.
Oh, okay. So some of the big names that entered: Dune. Let me just look. Dune, Meppu, Yagami, 777, Gosho. What is this? Picnic, Mew, who is sponsored by Orochinagi, Yukichi, Cap, who was considered the best KOF 13 player in the arcade days, Haragoro, who's also sponsored by Orochinagi, Tenkawa, Kibetsu, who did pretty well at Evo until he ran into BBZ, if I remember right,
Mm-hmm.
and Rinamoto, who did really well at the 2v2. And I think he was paired up with Coco.
Yeah, he was. Rinamoto is probably one of the newer, stronger players that's kind of making his rise up there. I know he's been playing for like a little bit longer than some of the newer people, but he hasn't been as, I guess, productive, I would say. But yeah,
So,
Naoki showing up is also a cool thing because he's always like just dominant as hell.
yeah. It's not dominant enough for that night.
No, because Coco Panda, man, my dog, my panda.
Yeah, I was disappointed to see 777 go out early. The way they did that stream, so this single elimination, they had two cabs running at once, both hooked up to the stream. They streamed the more the bigger matchup, and once that was done, they'd cut to the next match. So they were streaming. I forgot what match they were streaming, but when that ended, they went to the 777 versus Shingo match, and 777 he was about to die anyway, and he went for like literally super desperation Neomax, and yeah, he died.
Ooh,
Pretty bad.
trying to pull that 1 in a million, wasn't blocking the Neomax move, huh?
Something like that. Yeah, it's just he had no chance of winning from that standpoint. He was playing a bit too aggressively. He still plays Kim like old Kim. It's good and bad because old Kim can be played in this KOF, but the problem is he doesn't have all the options he used to have.
Right.
With his stomp and his stomp cancel. So Coco took first. Naoki took second. Third, I guess, was a tie between Yukichi and Ogosho. Or I'm sorry, Gosho. He goes by now. I keep saying Ogosho still. Yeah, it was all streamed on Nico Nico. I'm pretty sure someone will have it up on YouTube very soon.
Either Imbued Gold or Emil.
Yeah.
It'll be on Nico also too, because I know they put replays up on there. So if you have a Nico account, like you should by now, because it's in English, you can watch it directly there in all its glory.
The way the live streams work on Nico now is if it's live stream, it's not available to free customers until a week later.
Ah, okay. So somebody literally has to cut it up and put it on YouTube. All right.
Pretty much. So yeah, we'll wait on that, and then see how that goes. And once again, thanks to Professor and Gunsmith for getting all this. Because I like the way they did that. They actually this was on the stream. They were showing people the bracket, which is what I like about the Japanese streams that don't have brackets online.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keeps everybody. Well, there's something connected to that. Did you talk about what happens to Coco now?
No, you're the one that's all up on its nuts. You go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. Well, then this is my little segment. So since Coco won this tournament, which was actually sponsored by both Innerbrained, people behind SBO, and King Records, the record company, he's actually going to get a trip to France. He announced it, I believe, last night that he's going to be going to France to Stunfest, which would be his first venture into international play, as far as I know, outside of playing Koreans. I don't know what that'll lead from there. I'm pretty sure he's going to take that money for free and, do whatever he wants with it. Hopefully, maybe make some more trips, because I would really like to see him come out to America for Evo, because I'm pretty sure he'd be one of the favorites to win, So,
That's true. He would be a favorite to win. He's going to Stunfest France. This is Sunfest is it's not as big as World Game Cup, but it's bigger for the smaller titles,
Okay.
which is good. Thing is, France the past few tournaments has shown not to be as strong as they claim to be. I guess you could say. So there's a very good chance Coco's going to take it like with very little issues, unless they have something up their sleeve for him. Which, I don't know what. Yep. All right.
Okay. Well, that's
Nice. That's it. So we're done with tournament results.
Yeah.
Yay!
Let's get into the good stuff.
School's out. Time to be a freaking menace.
All right.
Now you guys have actually.
You were so... Man.
What?
No, not you. Gibby, he's such a downer.
All right.
Debbie Downer.
Gibby Downer.
Hey, but that doesn't rhyme. You need like Gibby Goner or something like that.
Well, it's not that it's about rhyming. It's about
Yeah, it's about alliteration. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So PAX was last weekend,
Oh yes.
and obviously there was a lot of stuff that was interesting for non-fighting gamers. I know most of us were pretty stoked about hearing DuckTales remastered.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Actually, yeah. So that's gonna be sick.
But in terms of fighting games, there wasn't a ton of news except for the rather interesting bit of information that Mad Catz is now going to be working with Team Spooky, which is kind of an open-ended thing at this point because neither party is talking about it and nobody knows exactly what it entails.
Also, other fighting game news was Street Fighter 4 version 2013.
Oh
Whatever the hell it's going to be called.
I was talking about stuff that mattered.
Yeah.
I know.
Thank you.
Just throwing this one out there. But look, if you ask me, this was a winning weekend for Capcom because they're releasing both of the Dungeons and Dragons games on Xbox Live and PSN plus DuckTales. I don't care what else Capcom is doing right now. I want.
No, I think Capcom realized they can't make new good games. So they're just gonna stick with.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Oh, they're trying to be the Square Enix, man.
Yeah, except they're not sucking at it.
Very true.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess
I like-
one other thing that was interesting is that Injustice finally kind of had its coming out party where the public got to see the game in action at length.
Yeah.
I didn't watch a lot of it, but I had already made my decision on the game, and I plan on buying it. So I wasn't tuning into everything that was being said, but it was nice to see, a couple people who were well known in the community get to flex the game's muscles, as it were, in front of a wide audience.
I totally missed that too. I mean, I haven't been following Injustice anyway, so I'm not too broken up about it. But yeah,
I didn't watch any of it. The only thing that interests me about the game is Solomon Grundy pulling out tombstones from his body.
He wants pants too, man.
That's all Grundy wants. No one's gonna give him pants, so he's gonna beat the crap out of them and take their pants.
but then they don't fit.
Exactly. So he's gonna beat the crap out of everyone.
He's gonna be pissed.
What else came out of PAX East?
Well, there was that exhibition.
Yeah, I honestly could not give two craps less about. I mean, okay, if you're just looking to see good matches, you don't really care about results, don't really care that it's not worth anything. Yeah, watching Daigo versus Valle is exciting in terms of just the game. But when neither of them has anything really on the line, it doesn't matter to me. Like, we've all seen Daigo versus Valle several times in different games, and they're always good matches, but...
No, there weren't. Everyone remembers Third Strike Valle versus Daigo that one year at Evo when it was on the big screen, and I think I just walked out to throw up.
that was the year that Daigo couldn't play Third Strike anymore.
Yeah, I think that was the year that Daigo found out he had crippling arthritis.
But I mean, the other matches I didn't care about either. Tokyo versus Yipes and
Yeah, what was that? Like, why would they set that up?
they're just doing it to showcase, just showcase matches for Mad Catz and stuff like that.
I guess they needed a Marvel match, right? They don't have any. Mad Catz doesn't have any other Marvel players.
I don't know.
I just thought.
Well, I mean, it was good to watch him get bopped.
I guess.
Because, dude, they had the whole thing later on where it was like the whole Beat a Pro thing that they were streaming, and you could challenge who you wanted to try to get prizes. And the prize was to just beat, or the goal was to beat just one of their characters, and you would get at least a prize. Somebody went up there and said, I want Tokido, and just beat him. I was like, see, this guy knows what's up. Why the fuck are you trying to play Yipes? Tokido's right there.
Oh, it's like back when they did the bar fights thing, and everybody just played L.I. Joe to get free.
Yep, I remember that. I was there for it.
Yeah, this is the problem with the whole Beat a Pro thing, in my opinion. If you have a selection of people that are quote unquote pros, and there's one that's weaker, the majority of like no names and up and comers will want to play bigger names instead of that weak guy, because if I beat the weakest guy, they'll say, he wasn't even the best of the bunch, so I'm gonna go after the best. I'm gonna go like basically back when Justin was probably the best Street Fighter 4 in the States, people would want to play him. It's like, why him when you got like all these other weaker people to pick at and win $500 for beating that person? Yep. Do that. Don't play Justin and lose, and you don't lose anything, but you don't win anything.
Somebody wants infiltration. You will get infiltrated.
Yeah, I'm just saying this. If I were to do a Beat a Pro, like let's say I was decent at Street Fighter 4 and I was confident that I can beat one of these guys, I would go with the weakest person and I would take that money if I won. I'm not going to go against infiltration. There's no chance in hell I have winning against infiltration unless I elbow the crap out of them while we're playing.
Yeah, that's legal.
Pride ain't paying the bills, man.
Right?
I have never been penalized for elbowing somebody during a match.
That's the problem. Everyone's like so hopped up on pride. It's like, I got to be the best. The only way to be the best is to beat the best. And I need to make sure everyone thinks I'm not a fraud.
I need to catch them all.
Dumb shit.
You know what you do is you just like challenge that guy. You pay that guy like $200 to have a private session with you, and you record all the matches, and then you put only the matches you won on YouTube.
Oh yeah. That's okay. So that's been going on for years.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get that. We'll save that for another show.
That's not pride at all. That's the smart way to do it.
No, that's something else.
Shout out to J.R. Rodriguez, best Akuma in the nation.
Wow.
All right. So obviously none of us cared about the exhibition matches at PAX East. I mean, good shit to Mad Catz for throwing it. I'm sure they spent a ton of money getting all their players out there and just to do it. Plus getting Spooky out there and Spooky's team to stream everything. The stream was top notch, obviously, having Spooky stream it. But yeah, if they did a real tournament instead, it would have been better to watch Via versus Daigo in an actual tournament instead of this setting.
Well, chances are it would have ended up like that anyway. Or no, it could have ended up being Tokido versus Daigo if it was an actual tournament.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying if they met in tournament.
Yeah. Well, there's plenty of chances for that later on that actually matter and people will pay to see, possibly. Yeah. Well, I guess they are paying to see it now, right? Shit, everybody's going subscriber only.
Oh yeah, all these Twitch Turbo users.
But I guess.
Go for it. I was just going to ask if anything else came out of PAX East.
Well, I guess the question that comes out of PAX East is, how does Capcom plan on filtering through the thousands upon thousands of dumb bullshit comments they get to try to patch Street Fighter 4? The game, in my opinion, this is only my opinion, is a complete broken mess from a system mechanic standpoint, so you can't fix it. But to the people who are trying to patch it and change things, like, how do you evaluate? Is this going to be where like Combo Fiend and Hans go through each one and they're like, well, this guy's crazy.
Well, dude, that would be the best because Hans would just be like, I only know how to play Sagat.
I mean, that's going to be a ton of work.
Yeah, like who's going through all the suggestions between? It's like a T-Hawk needs a projectile where he shoots the eagle and he takes you to Mexico and there's a cutscene and
Well, do we want to be realistic about this? Because they're probably not going to give a shit.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what my point is. I don't understand how they even could. No. How you can even filter through all that in any reasonable amount of time.
I mean, the only way they could. Oh, go ahead.
No, just the biggest thing right here is why are they doing it on Capcom Unity of all places?
They want that traffic, man.
Like
They
can't.
must.
All right. They obviously want the traffic, but they can't do it on our wonderful misspelled competitive edge.
They should just put it on the front page on fucking Event Hubs.
I can't get my
Oh,
Shuriken.
great.
Yeah.
That reminds me of my writing application for Event Hubs.
You did?
Dude, I fit all their qualities. I can speak Nihonese. I'm a great writer, apparently. Because I think I'm a great writer, and that's the only thing that needs to be a great writer. Shoutouts to Derry. So all the other things are just like they're just ingrained in me, man. I'm just gonna teach people all this shit about fighting games and translate information and get paid by Event Hubs.
Sounds like a solid plan.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
pay?
that's the job. Apparently.
How about stealing articles?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing.
Nice.
I'm just gonna wait for somebody like Ian to the Max on SRK to put an article up and just copy it verbatim and just translate it into Japanese or something, or Spanish.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, that's kind of an underrepresented community, so.
Yeah, that could be my thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you can
Think
totally
about how
that.
many Spanish speakers are there out there in the world. There's a
they
lot.
play fighting games. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot, and they all have really bad FAQs.
Yo necesito que el fuerte be removed from game.
Oh man. No, I mean like they only got two. What are their options? They could like hire a bunch of people just to look at tweets all fucking day, or look at posts on Capcom Unity, or they could not give a shit and just make a new title, what they're probably gonna do, or they could do a focus group, which would be interesting.
Here's what's probably really gonna happen. They're gonna take all these submissions, and then they're gonna invite probably 10 to 20 people who are quote unquote top players, and they're just gonna ask them their opinion.
Oh man, we can't be questioning the status of top players, man. That'll kill your career.
Hey, fuck you. I won a tournament once.
I was thinking what would be the better thing was that you have Capcom Unity and they have all these things, right? All the people saying what they think they should change, and then they have the focus group and they change it. But what really happens is that rather than looking at the posts, they just search for what they've changed and see if anybody said it and be like, shout outs to this guy for thinking of this great idea. That we already came up without looking at your idea, but we're giving you the credit. Way to go.
Yeah.
That would be the thing I would do. I'd just retroactively go back and be like, yeah, this guy said it. We didn't look at it, but yeah, that's exactly what we did.
It's like, wow, like Justin Wong is like, a design genius.
I think that...
Well, to be fair, I'll give Justin 100% more credit than one of the guys who emails a suggestion to Capcom
Oh
Unity.
yeah, totally.
I think Tatsu should be completely invulnerable and should be like plus 17 on block.
Hell yeah.
I think all of Makoto's normal should armor break.
Think about it. She has the double medium punch. That's 2 hits.
I think Akuma should be able to air cancel Super Fireball from Tatsu.
That would be sick.
Hell yes!
What I actually would like to see is that there's no picking ultras and just have them, and they all have different motions anyways.
No, what if they made it so you have ultra loaded at the start of the round?
Full meter.
You mean like Alpha 3?
Oh yeah, Alpha 3 days.
Yeah, everybody loves Alpha 3.
Actually, that would be kind of cool because say they made it start out like that and it actually builds like half as quickly.
No, think about it.
People
My comeback
think they
mechanic
like Alpha 3.
has turned into
if they play against
my
Japanese
startup
players,
mechanic.
they're not going to.
It's like, how could it be a comeback if you win with it?
That's true. If you were dominant the entire match, it's not a comeback mechanic.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know about you guys. I think we spent a bit too much time on this topic.
Well, we just
It's too funny to not talk
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
It's a bit too much. Bit too much. Alex, we've got better things to talk about, I think.
Yes, we do. We actually do. So, in the effort of me not getting dizzy when I watch streams of people playing KOF anymore and just shaking my head so goddamn much, I started making lists of stuff that needs to get punished consistently. Specifically, Benimaru quarter circle forward kick, the snap kick, the razor kick, the auto kick, or whatever the fuck it's supposed to be called. Somebody has to know the Japanese name. It's probably something Getty.
Yeah, it's Iago Gary, but it's like the Iago, like that bird.
No,
Right.
Oh, the Gilbert
that's
Gottfried.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's that annoying.
excellent. I see what you went in there. So everyone lets that move go, but you can definitely screw him over for it. So what we did, mostly all of us here at Super Desperation Radio, was sit down and compile a list of what works to screw him over for doing it. Gibby, you want to give him the link somewhere?
Oh yeah. I got it here. tinyurl/Iato kick punish. I think. Hold on. I'm sorry.
Straight and to the point.
Yeah. I tried making it easy because all these people that link to it's tinyurl IADOKICKPUNISH. So all one word.
Yeah, there you go. The link's in the chat now.
Yeah, there you go. I was trying
Links in the chat. I'm pretty sure Chris can put it on the screen somewhere just for the sake of reference.
Yeah, sure. Let me get it up.
That's going to take 20 minutes.
Well, it's because it's a scrolling thing, so it's kind of like.
just put it
Whoa,
on top of the bar.
They just gave me a chance, goddammit!
Why do we pay-
Technology.
Fuck!
So okay, just for reference, if you watch a lot of Benimaru players play, they'll do crouch B into the quarter circle forward kick. They'll do crouch B, quarter circle forward kick, because generally they can't get a third one to combo into this, or to combo into the string. And even if they do, this will still punish it. We have two sections. The first section is moves that will always punish it, no matter how far you are. And then the other section is range dependent, which is obviously depends on how far you are from the kick. If he's up close to you and he does it on your block, you can punish with anything that's on this list. But the main thing you need to watch out for is if he's going to do the follow-up. The problem is if he does the follow-up and you're still blocking, he's screwed. And how many Benimaru players actually do the follow-up if you're still blocking?
None of them, unless they want to lose.
Exactly.
And for somebody asking what do the numbers mean, because sometimes people are serious about this, this is the input notation using your number pad here on the right side of your keyboard, designated each number a direction. So 5 is neutral, and 6 is forward, 4 is back, and you can figure out the rest on your own.
But what if I have a tablet?
I'm going to murder
What if
you.
I'm on the second player side?
Okay, well, the reason we went with number notation is because we've noticed all these King of Fighter guides are being used all around the world, not just by us, but they're like if there's a guide made by that frame data guide, for instance, that was I think it was made by a French player. It's being used by everyone in the world, and a lot of people don't understand quarter circle forward or half circle forward. The majority of people understand the number notation, except here in the States. Outside of the Melty Blood, Guilty Gear anime community, no one in the States seems to understand number notation. So, yeah, learn it. There you go.
It actually is a better system because because so many people try to use the letters, but people use letters for different things in different scenes.
Yeah, you got to do back B.
It's just like
Yeah.
what?
Oh, that always confused me back in the day.
back.
Like the only game
That's
I think
racist.
the only thing number notation doesn't apply to is Tekken.
It's got a different number notation.
Yeah, the numbers are the buttons 1,
Yeah.
2, 4, but I don't know how they do directions, to be honest with you.
I think
It's
it's
just
lettered.
standard forward, and directions.
Yeah, it is.
I think the only one that uses number notations is Soul Calibur because the buttons are A, B, C, K.
Yep.
Yeah. Or A, B, C, G, I mean. Or whatever the fuck it was. I haven't played that game in years.
ABKG.
Yeah, ABK.
Yeah, Tomahawk gonna be pissed at you, man.
I'll fuck him up.
Not in Soul Calibur.
Anyway, the whole point of this list, or this little chart here, is for people to consistently fuck Benimaru over whenever he does this. Like, punishment seems to be a lost art with a lot of people. So, if you know that he should get hurt for doing this, why aren't you hurting him? Like, nothing gets more frustrating than watching somebody get away with what is a shitty decision.
Like a walk-up DP that gets blocked.
Yeah. Just hurt him for it. So, if you know somebody's going to DP, you block it, right? It's a huge fucking whiff animation, right? But what's the fucking hallmark of a good player? Consistency. If you're consistent at punishing every little thing, that's going to add up. You never know. He might go for an Iato kick at the end of the round to try to chip you, and it just doesn't do enough. And guess what? I'm Ralph. I have the easiest punishes in the game for this. I'm going to land them on you.
Don't fuck up.
Yeah, don't fuck up.
That's basically, yeah. No, that's true. Like, a lot of people, like Benny Maru is strong, but a lot of people kind of assume that everything he does gets a free pass because, it's got something waiting behind it to, eat you alive. Like you said before, if they continue the Rekkas, then if you press a button, you're going to get hit. But there are invincible punishes, so even if he does press a button, he's going to get tagged,
Yeah, and he'll even get counter hit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing to note for some of the always works punishes. A lot of them are kind of meter dependent.
But that's fine anyway, because how fast is it? How easy is it to build meter on defense in this game?
Exactly, and usually the punish is going to be super worth it.
Mm-hmm. Because he won't be doing that shit again. I guarantee it.
So this is one of the first in the series that we're trying to do here. We were probably going to get this earlier, but I think I passed out for an entire week and didn't finish it. But
Yeah.
we're trying to do this for as many characters as possible because there's always a bunch of stuff I see people not punish. Like even some of the little awkward things, like when people let Duolon escape the corner when he teleports.
King slide.
Yeah, King slide, stuff like that.
And that's the same kind of situation, because people are like, oh, she slid, so the fireball's coming, right? No. And then they just don't do shit,
Yeah, because like unless the King slide is perfectly spaced, she's going to be at slightly negative.
Right.
So if you have an instant command grab, you're going to snatch her if she goes for fireball. If you have something that's fast enough that plows through fireballs, like Shen Super, that's also fine. You'll even get a counter hit, and we all know what happens when you get super counter hit by Shen. That character is dead.
Yep.
All right, well, that's a good start to our strategy guide segment, I guess. Even though we don't do segments.
Yeah, we do.
We're not allowed to do segments, apparently.
If any of you guys have questions or concerns about the guide, message me or Sanchez on Twitter. He's Alex SA2 on Manchester. Let us know if you have any questions or if there's something in here that doesn't work for you.
Or if there's something that we missed.
Yeah, that's the most important thing, something we missed. Because there is something we may have missed.
And, of course, you can always message the show at #SDR if you have any questions related to KOF.
Or just direct instead at Kofcast.
Or
Yeah, that'd
at
probably be
Kofcast.
Yeah, we have a Twitter account for the show.
When are we going to get that name changed?
Eventually.
Okay.
When we feel like
When we
it.
feel like it, huh? Oh, man, that's going to take forever.
Yep.
What else do we have in the news in the world of KOF and fighting games today? Oh, yeah, Sanchez, didn't you just play Third Strike?
Yeah, that kind of happened.
Yeah. How'd that go?
Yeah, it was really fun. They had a Third Strike event at Super Arcade this past Friday, streamed by IE Battlegrounds with the ever delightful Commando.
Oh,
It was pretty good.
Mexican
Ended up getting
podcast.
yeah, dude, he is the best Mexican. If you don't like Commando, I will DDT you off a cliff.
The real question is, will it be onto a table?
Of course.
Marble table.
But one of those
So,
Japanese tables that doesn't break.
Oh, man, the Shawn Michaels career ender?
Leave the man alone with his
Coffin,
pain.
But
Continue.
So it was first place Mike Watson showing the seasoning of his years versus Red Venom, who got second place, who actually did a really good showing the entire night, and I ended up getting third, losing to both those players. Watson in the finals was actually incredibly fun to watch because he came out of losers and won 6 games in a row.
That might have been fun for you, and it was kind of entertaining for me at first, too, but then I was like, I don't think this guy knows how to fight Yang.
No, that's the thing, though, is that even if he knew how to fight Yang, and even if he learned throughout the series, what was amazing about Watson's playstyle and why he's always been an inspiration for me is that he's the dictionary definition of keeping it simple
Yeah.
and sticking with what's effective. He basically... Alright, so Yang versus Oro is kind of fucked up for Oro because Oro can't get full combo launches mid-screen. He can only get chicken juggles if he's in the corner. So if Watson gets caught by a strong, Oro doesn't get to kill him. Second of all, Yang low forward fucks Oro up really bad.
Yep.
And Oro doesn't have anything consistently or consistent enough to punish second hit of slash. So you'll see a lot of games where Watson was just threatening with slash slash, and then he would just finish the string because it's like you're either gonna have to red parry this to get any damage, or you're just gonna get punched because you think you can swing now.
Or you could just
And
block.
he started. I mean, yeah, but he never did that.
Yeah, I know.
That shit was amazing. So, the other thing that was really fun is that some people were kind of complaining. It's like, oh, you know, these Siembu combos that he's doing aren't optimized, right? Like, Oro has a wide hitbox when he's crouching, and Watson was just doing slash 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 knockdown. He never did the slash slash stop 1 2 3 slash slash do this whole fancy fucking thing that does like a billion hits. And probably because he can't do it. Does that make him a shitty player?
No.
No. He knows exactly what his strength is, and he's not playing outside of his realm of execution to fuck things up. Because if he did fuck up, it's just going to give an opportunity for Red Venom to come back.
Exactly.
So this is something that people need to learn how to do, is play with what you know. Like, nobody gives a shit who you impressed if you win the tournament. Like, I'm not out here to fucking showboat for people. I mean, I am, because I'm a fucking idiot. But if you're actually trying to win, there's no fucking point to start doing, like, one-frame links into, like, universal overhead super. And he was playing with a broken finger.
Wow, the and one?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I didn't know about that. No, but that was something that a lot, like, you know, I heard people were mentioning that, like, yeah, he's not doing, you know, slash slash 1 2 3, and I was kind of like, it wasn't really necessary.
No.
Yeah, because the whole point was just getting the knockdown.
Yeah, like if he had gotten that and then gotten the knockdown, then that would have been great. But the thing was, is like he was mixing him up so freaking much that he didn't need the extra damage. He was gonna get it one way or the other.
Exactly. And then there was a point where you had Red Venom actually go to a character switch to Ken, and there's an instance where he does Wake Up Super to try to beat the Yang Shadows, but Watson, in his accidental genius, did Universal Overhead, which beats it. Because Universal Overhead when you're in Shadows mode counts as a super move. Like, how Third Strike works is when you're in like one of those install supers, your moves have like sort of increased priority. So since he hopped over the initial kick from Shipu, he just beats it.
It didn't get the invulnerability then, right?
Well, he gets it, but they both had like super levels of like priority. So it's like, all right, which one whiffed? That one.
Huh.
And then Yang just wins. It's a full combo.
Damn, dude. I didn't think
It
about
was
it that way.
diabolical. Like, yeah, that if you watch that entire set, it's honestly some of the best play in the simplest way possible.
And what's really interesting is if you watch him play, every time he activates Sayembu, except for once, he does Universal Overhead every time.
Mhm.
Every single time, except for one time. And the one time he did low, it worked.
He was just
And
not
the
ready.
point of that is just to say that he basically was like, all right, you're going to have to try to block this eventually. He just never did.
Yeah, he pretty much conditioned him to block the universal overhead.
Right, and that's something I've been talking about for what a lot of people in NorCal have seen, at least, is like, you know, if you've gotten a strategy that kind of works for you, like there's no need for you to deviate from that. It'd be stronger for you if you could condition your opponent into, you know, stand blocking something. You know, then you can just go low on them, or if you can condition them to low block, which a lot of people do now, you know, by default, and you just come in with the overhead. So, like, you know, one of the classic example is, like, you know, a lot of people wonder, like, well, Terry's EX crack shoot is an overhead, does a hard knockdown, but I barely have a chance to use it ever, right? And generally what people do when Terry jumps in is they're going to go immediately to down back. And from that point, that's when you do the double overhead, basically. You jump in, and then you do the EX crack shoot, and you pretty much go from there. And it sounds dumb, but people get ripped like 3 times in a row by that. It's the same idea behind like Ralph's, like, you know, super reached jump D. You know, how many times do people get hit in a row by that before they're like, I better stand up?
Yeah, it should be the first rule of fighting games that everyone picks up, is that everyone is stupid until proven otherwise.
Right.
Yep.
And don't think that, like, oh, this time he's going to learn how to stop my secret annoying technique with, learning and adapting. That shit don't happen.
1 in a million, possibly. And
Like,
even
if
then, he has to-
somebody... Yeah, like, if somebody shows you that, like, oh, he's going for this double overhead thing, I'm going to, reaction DP. Then you stop. The second time he does it.
Yeah. It's like if somebody blocks it the first time, you go, okay, he blocked it. Then you do it again, and if he blocks it and punishes it, then maybe you can stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you were a kid and, remember the beehive story? Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Yeah, exactly.
That applies to everything, I swear to God. I should just write a book about beehives.
Save that for your old age, dude. Yeah. Monsieur Pockets on beehives.
Don't stick your wiener in the beehive!
I was a young lad, and I was in search of some honey for my wiener. And I came across a beehive outside my backyard, and one thing led to another, and
The first
as
time,
a young man...
The first time they only blocked it. The second time they punched it. Oh my God. Speaking of questions about strats, we do have a guest that wants to come in here because he's recently picked up the game, and I'm assuming he's coming along quite swimmingly in his development, but I have yet to play him. I don't know, he keeps talking about how he's going to beat everybody at Lost in Space.
Good for him.
Well, like I said, once he's finally in an official tournament, he'll probably be the best NorCal player.
Oh my God. Yes, I'm talking about none other than Hanzo Gonzo, and I'm currently trying to get his attentions if he is not too busy trying to figure out ways to get laid.
Yeah, man, it's time for the...
Posting his one tweet every 5 minutes.
Hanzo Gonzo woke up with opinions about VXG.
Oh.
In just the
Me too.
1 second of thinking about him coming on the show, I instantly came up with the title of the segment, Carter's Question Corner. Spelled
It's Carter, thank you.
Curter.
You gotta call him by his real name. It's Carter.
Oh,
Carter.
sorry.
Is he in here, or is he ducking us again?
I brought him in the call. Don't know where he is. I told him 7:30. 7:30. I pick up the phone.
Try ringing him up, Hell Pockets.
He should be in here. I just saw his name. Hey, I hear him.
There we go.
There
Sorry,
he
I
is.
picked the wrong button.
Yeah.
That's go ahead.
Am I on air?
Yes, you are.
I
Yes.
hate screws.
You hate what?
I'm sorry, I didn't know I was on air. How's it going, guys?
It's going great, man. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Doing fine.
Well, so we've heard that you've been adventuring into the world of KOF recently.
I have, and you said before I got on that I said I was gonna beat everyone at Lost in Space. I didn't say I was gonna beat everyone. I just said I was gonna fuck you.
Oh, well, that's pretty much the same thing since I pretty much beat everybody too.
What place did you get last time?
I wasn't paying attention last time.
All right.
I was too busy trying to make your stream interesting.
All right. All right.
We get more ratings when I commentate versus when I play. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, continue
Because
with
nobody
your...
likes to watch you lose.
That's right, even especially me.
Especially everyone else.
You guys are supposed to be backing me up here, guys. He's from the fucking enemy show. What the hell? We talked about this. We had a deal.
I actually think he probably will beat you.
You are fucking out of your mind.
I'm just gonna go out on a limb here that I'll put 20 on Carter.
I haven't played anyone in person since Evo,
Sons of bitches.
but I think I did better than Chris at Evo. So,
That's impossible.
how did you do?
I got on my pool at least.
Ah, damn! I didn't get on my pool.
That's right. Suck it.
I got.
Chris, who was in your pool?
Who was in my pool? What's his name? His brother was in there.
Shirt Monster?
Shirt Monster brother, yes. No, I think it was the Beast brother or Chris KOF's brother. It was a TC player.
I know who you're talking about. It's most likely Chris KOS brother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pizza
but
something.
I beat a Mexican who was speaking Mexican, so I'm pretty sure that was way harder.
That was probably Sanchez.
No, he didn't beat me. And I definitely would have noticed a Leprechaun playing against me. I'm sorry, Leprechaun American playing against me.
Leprechaun.
Pizarro, that's his name. All right.
Yeah, Zero.
Yeah, I lost the winners finals to him, and then I beat Fubar Duck to get out of the pool.
Did you?
Yes, yes, I did.
Did
It's
you?
true. It's on the brackets.
All right.
Nobody has those brackets.
Oh, I think I still have my freaking Evo app. Hold on a second.
Okay,
Nobody
so,
wants to see him.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Hanzo, you're trying to pick the game up seriously?
Yes, I wanted to pick up another game just to get better at Marvel, I guess, for execution reasons, because my execution's out of a dead baby. So I figured KOF would be a good game because it's a good game. I always like KOF. I just never had time.
So, how are you going about learning the game right now?
Right now, I'm up in the Shire, so I have no one to really play with. So I am pretty much focusing on combos, and I'm entering final round actually because I'm going there this weekend for KOF, and that's going to be my first exposure to people. I guess I want to get a lot of practice in there, and I don't know how good the East Coast is at KOF. I heard good players are going to be there. I'm sure you guys have opinions about that.
I'm not allowed to talk about them anymore, apparently.
Final round should have a lot of people for King of Fighters, so you'll
Yeah.
have varied levels of skill of all ranges.
Also, speaking of final round, for those who don't know, it's this weekend. King of Fighters is actually capped at 128 entries. What Chimblanca did was pretty much round to the nearest multiple of 8, pretty much, and went from there. All tournaments are capped at final round, so it runs smoother. But yeah, Hanzo, East Coast is pretty good at KOF. They have some good players, but they also have some pretty bad ones, just like here in SoCal and NorCal and all that. But they don't get the same amount of exposure as the West Coast players.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm gonna play too solid of players, and I'm not gonna be used to the NorCal fucking crazy bonkers way that they play. So when I go Lost in Space and fucking Chris jumps in and does an EX fucking whatever flip kick with Terry, I'm not gonna be able to block it.
Good.
Yeah, so
Flip kick.
future reference, you do not.
It's like a move name.
Yeah, you don't use Hell Pocket's playstyle as a reference on how to learn the game.
It only
Yeah, but-
works for me.
I've been watching a lot of NorCal play and some the Korean play because I like to compare the two. But yeah, NorCal seems a little spastic, I guess. Is that a good word for it?
Kind
NorCal.
of like a colon.
Spastic, like they're really panicky.
I would say
Yes.
that a good percentage of them are. Yes.
Yeah,
That's a really apt description.
And
I
I've just
think. Oh, go for it.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say I think that's actually most people up and down the West Coast. Most people who've come into KOF 13, if it's their first KOF or they're coming from other games, a lot of people are really twitchy.
Yeah, the hardest thing for me to learn is like anti-airing and wanting to do what to do on defense, basically.
It seems
So-
to be everybody's problem with this game.
Yeah. So my questions is like, when should I be using blowback or alpha counter roll or whatever it's called in situations like what's the best use of it?
For the most part, blowback's best use is blow people off you. If
Yeah. I shouldn't use it every time I get fucking touched.
no,
could.
you should. If you feel you're getting a bit too pressured and you can't deal with it, that's one of the best times to use blowback. If they're jumping in on you, I wouldn't recommend using blowback because they could do safe jump setups on you.
And it's punishable.
What's that?
I was just saying it's punishable. So
Oh yeah. The AB roll is good for moves that have a long recovery. Like you roll behind them, then punish them. But a lot of people end up AB rolling out of like crouch Bs and they recover and get punished.
Okay.
well, they don't get punished because it's actually safe.
No. They get punished. They don't block.
Oh well, yeah. Then
I should know. I'm one.
Wait, so if I alpha counter roll, basically, it's safe?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
always
more or
safe.
less safe.
No, it's always safe. There's nothing they can because it freezes you and like there's nothing they can do to you if you just hold back when you.
No, the only
recover.
instances are stuff that might overlap the roll entirely. Like if somebody does something stupid where they like alpha counter roll backwards and like a Maxima Neo Max.
Oh right, yeah, that would probably be punishable because I don't think. I think you
Yeah.
can block. No, I think you can block instantly out of it.
Well,
We should test that.
but another good time to keep in mind with the guard cancel roll is like let's use Maxima for example. So Maxima, he usually does some low strings into down forward C into Vapor Cannon for a lot of the times, right? And that's perfectly safe on his part. But because Vapor Cannon has such exaggerated movements, and that you can tell that if the guy's just going to block string into it, like the second you see the down forward C, you can just guard cancel roll expecting a Vapor Cannon, so that he's just going to do something that's really big. Like if they're doing like things that chain into each other, and you know that they're going to cancel into a move to try and make it safe, like I don't know,
Like a block string into a fireball, for
Right.
example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the thing is that
Go for it.
what I was going to explain is like you can always use blowback to just reset a situation, which is really good for characters like King that need the space to fucking set up. But once you get really comfortable with the game, there's a lot of instances where people will do block strings that you know are going to be unsafe if you guard cancel roll them. So the familiarity you'll get with characters like Maxima, for example, that Tony just gave, that one's really simple because you're always going to know that that's going to come, or they're just not going to do it, in which case you don't have to worry about it. But that's going to come with experience. Blowback is a more generic response, but hey, it does damage and it resets the situation, even if it is only 4 points of damage.
I would say that blowback on guard cancel is probably best for if you are getting pressured in the corner and you're just like, I don't want to gamble on a DP. I don't trust myself to roll correctly, and I don't want to get guard broken. That's when you do it. You know.
Yeah.
That's generally the best time to do it.
There are ways to actually bait out guard cancel blowback too, where people can use moves that will blow through it because it won't get hit, or do an invincible move. But generally, that I've never seen that really happen in 13, so I don't think you have to worry about it that much right now.
Well, characters like Joe and Hua Jai are actually really good at that because they can basically cancel heavy standing normals into invincible moves, and if you do blowback, you're going to get tagged. Hua Jai is probably the worst for that.
Yeah, the thing about both blowback and guard cancel roll is that they're both pretty malleable in terms of when you use them, and there isn't always a best use for both of them. You don't always want to use one here. Like you see a lot of higher level players, they'll actually use blowback just to retake momentum. Like if their block string stops and then you actually attack, they'll immediately blow back just so that they can retake momentum, put the pressure on you. So it's more of an experience thing, I think, than a you always want to use this here thing.
Right, and at a lower level, what a lot of people do when they get knocked down is say like you blow back, and they're going to hit the ground, of course, and they're probably going to safe roll, and you can actually jump at them, and they're going to do a DP. Most people will be like, oh shit, I had this one chance to turn around the offense, and he just blew me back, and now he's coming in at me again. So instead of spending another bar of meter, I'm just going to use a reversal. And that's part of the head game too. And another part of it for guard cancel rolling is some characters, like we said with Maxima with the down forward C. I don't know exactly the status on his. Like I don't know if it's safe on block or not. But it's one of those go-to moves that indicates that he is going to follow up with a special move. And I know in Terry's case, his down forward C is actually not safe on block, and you can punish it. So either way, when it comes out, it's kind of okay to roll on it.
Okay. Do you guys know my team?
No.
It's King, Takuma, Huaja.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a good team?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Opinions on it?
I don't like King, but King destroys people who don't know how to fight King, which is most people.
Everybody.
So,
Everybody. Yeah, I think as long as your execution is solid, I think that's a really good team. I think it's a team you can pretty much switch the order around too. It's really interchangeable, at least in the second and third positions. Normally you want to run King first because people just lose to King for free, but the other two characters could kind of go wherever.
Yeah.
Not to mention King can control the game, and if the opponent has no meter, they generally can't go through fireballs unless they have like a move to deal with it. But like say you had her on the second round, like he's gonna do a Venom Strike at the start of the round. I'm gonna do Shen Wu Super just immediately.
Somebody
and then
did something like that recently, and it was just super hilarious because he got tagged for it.
Also, King plays to your strengths of playing like a huge lame ass.
Yeah. Yeah. I've always liked King. I don't know why.
I mean, when you can't really go wrong with Hua Jai, he's good for just about any situation. I mean, he's got the defense. He's got probably the best offense in the game.
aren't most of his buttons safe too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just love him because he's a huge asshole.
Yeah.
And, like, you just be the hugest dick with a guy, and like no one can do anything about it. I think it's awesome, man.
Well, the one thing you don't want to do with that about that is like, because a lot of his because he basically has Joe's like moveset as far as normals go,
Yeah.
and the difference is he can cancel off into better specials off of moves that Joe normally can't. Like the slide is probably the biggest thing. You come in and you do a standing jab and then you do a slide, and then he cancels into Dragon Tail, and people just let it hit, right? You probably don't want to get in too much of a habit of doing that because eventually they're just going to reversal it, and there is a window for that. If they block it, then you just reset it more or less. If they get hit, then you combo.
Yeah, I see Roger's bully with that. I'm not sure how good that is.
I'll tell you right now, BBZ used to do that all the freaking time, and he would get at least like 3 or 4 reps off before he decided to just change it up himself. But nobody would ever punish it, and now people are starting to look for they let it get off at least once, and then they're looking for it again. And he's trying to use his ghetto ass Bakuretsu chain, which is weak.
What's Bakuretsu?
It's quarter circle back punch, I believe.
It's forward.
Oh, it's
It's
forward.
100 hands.
Oh,
Yeah.
Punchy move. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Many
not safe on
punches.
block though, is it?
It is at certain ranges.
Okay, well, if you like the way that BBZ does it, though, he does it way too close and it's punishable. But it's not like Joe's. Joe's is always safe.
The thing is, you want to late cancel it. Like if you're block stringing into slide, you want to late cancel it into quarter circle forward, and then it makes it safe.
Yeah, the easy way. Play Joe, and learn how to play the Muay Thai characters.
So I guess everyone, or I guess Hellhawkers can join. What can I expect from NorCal KOF players, like playstyle wise or like traits?
A lot of twitchy bullshit.
Lots of gimmicks, like trying to not be able to like actually learn how to play the game, but rather just keep doing things that have worked for them, and then even if they don't work, they'll keep doing it anyways. So really analyze your opponent, really figure out what they're gonna do on like the lower scale. They are going to keep doing like the same 3 moves over and over again, and once you figure out how to clown that, like you'll be good. Like if some guy is just gonna run in and do Grand Saber that plays Leona, I have a mustache. Well, if that guy's gonna do that, he's pretty much always going to do Moon Slash, the anti-air move, or EX one, and both the regular and the EX are unsafe on block. It doesn't matter, and then you just run in and punish. Like,
Yeah.
just do what you want.
Yeah, that, like in terms of Leona, which is a popular character in NorCal, they're always gonna wait for you to jump, and they're gonna, and then if you approach them by foot, then they're kind of like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" And they'll probably prematurely Moon Slash, and you can, blow them up for that if you expect it.
You never really want to jump at Leona too much. Just wait for her to make a big mistake.
Right. They're probably gonna run up and do low B on you, and her low B is good. It just a lot of Leona players don't really do much with it when they run up and do it. When there's just so many opportunities afterwards.
Well, let me put it this way in a way that Carter can really understand it. So, Carter, when you play Marvel Online, because I'm sure you do it.
Yeah.
You know how you play against normal people is what is the stupidest thing they could do, right? That's what you always expect?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what you should expect from NorCal.
all right.
Like the full screen chaotic flame, that's what's coming.
All
Now, I'm
right.
not gonna lie to you. You're gonna get hit by that a couple times. So
Yeah, I get hit by Marvel a couple times. I rise up, so I get what you're saying. So I adapt to the stupidness.
yeah, but at the same time, don't really don't take that as much of a, I guess, step in your training in KOF. I mean, there are good players. So when you play against BBZ and Fixel, you're gonna have to work for it if you get that far. You play against everybody else, you're probably gonna be fine.
You just
All
got to
right.
really learn how to play against decent opponents, and then you got to really learn against people who only have a game plan for what they have in mind, but have no real spatial awareness of how the game should be played.
Exactly. And
And-
remember, like KOF, NorCal KOF is like the scene of character fucking loyalists. So
Yeah.
people are not really playing the game as much as they are enjoying playing the character.
Yeah, it's very rare that you're actually going to get counterpicked up there.
Why would
Ma-
they?
Also, try not
Also-
to take too much advice at tournaments.
Oh, I know.
yes, definitely. We're not going to name any names, but if anybody comes up to you and says you should have done this, just say okay and just forget they even said anything.
Just
And
check
while
it
we're
out
on that
later.
subject- yeah. Here's a couple of sites: Dream Cancel. What's the other one? Orochinagi or
Yeah,
Game Facts. Yeah, don't go to any of those.
Duly noted.
Excellent.
Shoryuken's wiki is pretty decent. Could do some work, but there's a lot of other resources out there. Like
There's a frame data Google thing that I'm reading.
yeah,
That
we're
one's
not
okay.
quite sure. It's pretty decent. At least the ones that came from the Keikako blog from Japan. But some of that stuff also is apparently frame data taken from Dream Cancel. So
Oh,
you really
I'm
got
sure they got some stuff right, guys.
yeah. I'm
Most
talking
of it,
like
it seems pretty right, but there's a few things that are
Suspect.
wacky.
Mhm.
Yeah,
A few
little
glaring
sus.
errors.
And watch Juicebox's stream. Yeah.
okay.
You can do that if you
no,
want.
no.
But
Can I time Chris out of his own?
Yeah, you really should.
Uh,
I think we'll go off.
Actually, I think I can kick him out, but then they'll end the show. So
yeah.
It's just a Hell Pocket show.
All right, so check this out. You can watch Juicebox's stream. It's not super shitty. You're not going to be getting, well, you might get dumber by watching it, but that's because of him. But some of the information he presents it's pretty decent. However, let me put this notion out here into the ether. Y'all give me a couple of bucks, I can upgrade this fucking internet I have, and I can stream all this information 100% double checked for accuracy by my good friend Manchest, and we wouldn't have to watch Juicebox anymore.
So raffle?
We can raffle something off. I'm pretty sure I have an extra Mad Cat stick somewhere.
Holy shit. Who wants a free Renault t-shirt?
Yeah, who doesn't want a free rental teacher, right? It's the sandwich wrapper from fucking Romance's Subway that he brought to the run back.
Excellent.
we have a picture of everyone from SDR just giving you the bird.
Oh,
Yeah.
this isn't just a Sanchez donation drive. This is a we're all broke donation drive.
Yeah, do you guys want to tell them about that? Like, where they can donate or what?
We don't
really
have anything.
have
Well,
anything.
well,
We'll set something up later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like we're broke, but we're also lazy, and I think our laziness trumps our poorness.
Yeah.
Wow, this sounds familiar.
Well, I mean, some of you may have noticed that this past weekend I tried to stream myself doing random things in KOF just to see if I can get my.
That shit was laggy, man.
Well, that's the thing is that I tried to get all the settings going around, and that's the issue comes down to just my upload speed being pretty shitty, so it just comes out being choppy.
Oh, I figured that was actually your computer, not your upload.
No, my computer's fine. Like I got the settings to work how I wanted them. The quality's fine, but they would just slow down.
I'm glad you're admitting that it was your stream because for at first I was just like, oh man, did my computer suddenly become shitty overnight?
Yeah, dude. Like I'm legit, man.
I can't watch fucking Sanchez's stream. It's too fucking godlike.
Yeah, my stream is so high quality that your computer can't handle it. Apparently, you the only one
Sanchez
here that has
streaming
a
at
job.
720p.
Hey man,
Oh no, dude, I'm on 1080, bro.
Oh damn!
1080,
Sorry, I didn't know
dog.
you-
wait,
I
why,
didn't know
why
you
would you
qualified.
do that? Your capture card is only transmits at 480p.
420 proper.
420. Blaze it. I'm gonna be really sad if I beat anyone at Lost in Space. To be
You should
honest,
be sad.
like
you should
like
feel
if
I
I'm,
like that you should be sad. It should be depressing.
it's gonna be depressing for me as a patron of. I don't know. I just like NorCal KWF players as like people, I guess.
Oh yeah.
And
mean,
then if I beat them, I'm just gonna be like, dude, you suck.
Hey kid, don't ever be sorry.
Just I don't know.
You're like,
Pretty much
I lost all
don't-
respect for you right now.
Don't coddle people.
I know.
Learn. They need to learn.
I hope for their sake I don't win.
There you go.
No, I hope you do win because I'm gonna be on comment. You're not gonna beat me, first of all. I already know that.
I'm gonna fuck you.
No, you're not gonna
so-
fuck anything, man. You're gonna be fucking your hand while you're drying your tears.
Whatever you call yourself,
my-
it doesn't matter, man.
Why would he be drying his tears at the same time he's fucking his hand?
These tears of
I
joy.
don't know, man. These
Oh,
fucking,
okay.
these leprechauns, you know, they got weird tendencies.
What?
Huh?
Shut up.
Conversation
What did you just
got
call
weird.
me?
You're
think
all
he
going
called you a
down, all
drone
right?
guy.
That's just you're all going down.
I prefer the
Oh,
term
what's up,
African American.
Why is Chris going into like preacher mode right now?
You're all going down.
I'll remember this, Chris.
You're all fucking dead, man. Fucking dead, man.
Dead.
You're fucking out of here.
You're just Chris. You should just go into preacher mode at these tournaments now.
Mom's
when you
out of
pop
here.
off.
Dad's out of here. You're fucking dead. dead, man.
He's gonna walk in
That's
with
its preacher mode, not stoner.
his Prima freaking King of Fighters 12 guide. Just walk in.
Yeah,
And I
just go in there.
say, the Lord do declare that move is unsafe.
And when the leprechauns came to rise up and beat me in my game, I told them, nay, for my righteousness is of him, saith the Wajai.
Now make sure you pass around the community we pay link.
Give it to the huts. The Lord is good.
And then we have the arcade shock deal where you walk up and then you get the button of Christ and you just put it on your tongue. OBS 30 this day, huh? Pretty nice.
And then you have Deacon Gibby, doing the exorcisms.
Deacon Gibby giving you the deek.
So we do actually have one more thing to talk about.
Yeah, I was trying to lead into this. You take it.
All right, so pretty much, as you might have heard on the I Play Winter front page, currently Super Desperation Radio and The Show That Sucks is having a Darkstalkers Resurrection giveaway, one per each of the shows. Pretty much what you need to do if you want to participate, you have 2 weeks from now, or maybe last week. I don't know. You guys probably announced it before.
We didn't do anything last week.
No, they did.
Oh, well, who gives a fuck about them?
Better talk to.
No, okay. First of all, you're not better. See, look, I'm not anything against being friends with you guys. Like, you guys are cool guys, but you just got to know that your place on the totem pole is probably near the bottom, while we are living it up in the high rise. So
that's right, man. Secret Illuminati.
Janitors don't live in the high rise.
We're moving on up, man.
Anyway.
So, like I was saying, there's a Darkstalkers giveaway for all of you here out that don't have it. It's pretty much the rules and conditions are you need to like the I Play Winter Facebook page, and you need to post an image that's an interpretation of your favorite moment from Super Desperation Radio or The Show That Sucks, like something that someone talked about. Be pretty creative about what you do. I'm sure that the ones that each show chooses will be hilarious.
Your favorite moment is when Hanzo Gonza said he was going to fuck Hell Pockets.
Yeah,
have an artistic representation of that.
Yeah, I'd pay money for someone just to draw me fucking Hell Pockets.
Would that be for
straight up?
You're all fucking dead, man.
But the real question is, would that be for The Show That Sucks or for the Super Desperate Radio? Because you only have one picture submission, but you can do one for each show in order to increase your chances.
I think you could just slightly alter it.
In this one, he has a mustache.
Excellent.
The rage in my neck is about to explode.
So also, there are some more rules. Because of the way the codes are limited, only North American entrants are accepted. Sorry, overseas
Everybody
people.
else.
Yeah. Also,
Sorry,
people that can't win are, people that work at Capcom, people that work at Iron Galaxy, people that work at Sony or affiliates, Microsoft, affiliates of Team Spooky, or I Play Winner, which sucks because that means we can't win.
I know, and I don't even have this game yet.
Yeah.
Sucks to be you
Okay,
guys.
so the deadline is you have until April 1st for our show, apparently, and April 2nd for the show that sucks.
So that's a week.
Yeah,
2.
you got a week.
2 weeks?
What about Canada, man? Canada is North America. Guy.
Well,
Canada
I'm pretty sure that's fine.
Yeah, Canada and Mexico should be using the same codes we do.
Sweet.
NTSC, basically, I assume, is what.
Yeah. So each winner will be messaged through Facebook, and they get to choose which version they want for the code. If you don't reply, then
it goes to one of us.
Yeah, one person gets each of the codes. So I think there's only one PS3
Facebook in
and one.
Mexico?
I think so. And that's pretty much it. So think about your favorite show. You can go watch the archives on I Play Winners YouTube page or on our old Coughcast one if you want something from the really old days.
Yeah, go back to like the earliest archive you can find.
What are the first show where I think it's just like Hell Pockets and Gibby?
Dude, those are like on my original YouTube page that I don't even use anymore.
That's even older.
Dude, like with the freaking Olivia Wilde boob photo.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. If they go from the older ones, they're just gonna like have a picture of a slave being hung.
Wow.
Wow.
Anyway.
Really? You are fucking. I shall rain fire down upon your fucking head.
But yeah, honestly, what I would kind of like to see, like, I'm not trying to tell people to do it, but this is just a sub thing. there's us and our moments, but I mean, if you're gonna have something like maybe you could draw your guys as the audience or include such lovable characters such as Weed Lord Boner Hitler 420. You know, just saying.
Oh shit! I forgot to include the fucking counter, man.
You know, maybe have like the armband, pot leaf on it, Hitler stash.
Oh man, who invited this guy on here? We had almost 1 day since a racist incident.
Almost
Hold
one
on,
day.
hold on. I'm gonna say we're fine because he doesn't count.
Oh, that's why he doesn't count because he's a leprechaun.
I can say whatever I
That's
want.
right.
No.
No, you
No,
can't.
you just don't count.
Call now. Before
But
Don't give me
whenever
that blank
we-
check.
Whenever we
Get
do the
dropped,
census, we don't count you. Simple.
Alright, it's fine. I accept that.
Do you even pay taxes?
Fuck no.
Like,
Everybody
dude, think about
pays
it. You think you would
taxes.
pay taxes?
Fucking Nick
Imagine the
Diaz over
taxes
here.
on a pot of gold.
No.
Fucking
about
Hanzo
that shit.
Gonzo is the Nick Diaz of the FGC. Nobody watches UFC.
No.
No.
You had to
Dude,
be
I'm
there,
just
Chris.
thinking about this pot of gold taxes, man. This shit's crazy. Like, does he get deductions for having a rainbow go into it or not? Like,
Well,
does
the
he-
I
real
would
question
think
is,
so.
does he,
I
does he
mean,
gain
that's-
more
that's-
each year? Has it already been taxed at one point?
Well, here's the problem. I'm pretty sure there's somewhere in the country where his rainbow is over a no-fly zone. So he must get taxed up the wazoo.
Yeah, probably.
He's not paying these taxes. We're broke. I'm pretty sure if we turned him into the
Do you think that
IRS.
the rainbow counts
Get
as
money.
like a home improvement though, that he can get a deduction for that?
No, actually, you don't get a deduction for that. You have to pay the city to get the permits for the home improvement.
You don't think that like the rainbow is something's more counterintuitive because that just leads to where his pot of gold is? So it's like it's more like a free like rain, like, hey everybody, gold over here that belongs to this individual.
I
Come
thought it was
steal
a
it.
private highway though.
Yeah, but it feels like it's.
Are
like,
you guys high? What the hell are you guys talking about?
Oh, we just
We're
do
talking
this
about
sometimes.
you, dude. We could. The only way we can make it more obvious is if I made like an impression of you. It's like, oh, the toy going to claim some defendants.
Wow, that's something a Mexican leprechaun.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of was actually. I liked it.
That's me playing KOF Juanzo.
Javier Gonzo.
Yeah. See, that's something people could draw. Is just Hanzo Gonzo as a leprechaun playing KOF.
Juanzo.
Yeah, would that be for our show or for his? I don't get it.
It would be for every show. I want to see Juanzo Gonzo.
Mexiceltic. Well, Hanzo's actually Italian, so
No, he's not.
I thought he was Irish or German.
Show me one Italian guy named Curter.
What? He's like a Middle Eastern, like Indian kind of guy.
Well, actually, I do want to announce that Hanzo Gonzo has officially become the special needs child of IPW. We're going to
That's
buy
fine.
him a new hat so he can cover up that big-ass tumor on his skull.
That's fine.
Wow. What happened to Roger Dodger?
Roger Dodger is, he just graduated to Wilder. Roger Dodger was ESL, not special needs.
Ah.
Yeah.
No, you know what happened to Roger Dodger is that his hand atrophied because the only muscle that was getting worked was that finger that was getting wagged and fucking helped pocket his face.
By the way,
Maybe we should end the show about
no,
now.
I just wanted to know about like
I
how
think
come we
that's
didn't
probably a
we
good
didn't
idea.
include the Fray in that lineup of people giving out the promotion code.
Why didn't they?
Fuck
Because
the Bray.
it's like a revolving panel type deal. That's why they didn't do it.
Oh,
and they
I
only
thought,
have two
it was
codes.
I thought it was because Blu-ray was on and he just shits on everything and stinks it up.
Maybe.
All right, so everyone,
Yeah.
Can I do a
show?
Can I do a promotion?
No,
Yeah,
you
sure.
go
No,
ahead.
why?
You can watch the show that sucks every Tuesday at 10 p.m. We anchor around Tuesdays.
It's the dumbest name
It's
ever,
on
by the
I
way.
Play Winner. This channel. It's the best podcast on I Play Winner.
No.
It's not filled with scumbags and people who are shitty at KOF. So
you know,
you should
you're
come
here
watch
too,
it.
so.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
man.
counting myself. Don't worry. Harrison's the
face.
golden angel, man.
Oh, that's what it is.
No,
He's
see,
the-
Harrison's just a watered down version of me.
I'll agree with that.
A shitty watered down version of me, mind you.
He's just shit water.
I don't know.
Anyway.
His beard's much better than yours, I think.
Wow.
Anyway.
Oh my God.
All right,
All
let's
right,
get out of the show. Let's go.
End the show. All right, we're gonna end the show. Go ahead, Paul.
All right. So, thanks to Hanzo Gonzo for coming on the show tonight. It was nice to have you on. Nice to talk a little bit about KOF for beginners and stuff like that. So, this is Super FX for the rest of the guys here at SDR saying good night and good luck.
The cult of personality.